social and political commentary from a Christian male perspective.
And just like that, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. You saw the thumbnail, you saw the title, so you know what we're about to do. We're going to be talking some more about this Black fatigue. And you know that I'm reading the book, Black Fatigue. I'm doing a book review of it. I'll be dropping my most recent chapters 4 through 6 very shortly. So thank you so much for checking it out. The playlist, of course, is on this channel for you to review. Now, Black fatigue has been all over the place. And really what we need to say is that it's culture fatigue. There is a culture that people are tired of. There is a culture that people are had enough of. Now, in this book, she's talking about race and ethnicity. And I already exposed in chapters 1 through 3 that she starts with a faulty premise. It really isn't that Black people have some kind of fatigue or tiredness because of something that may have happened in the past. That doesn't exist. What people are tired of is making excuses for a culture that is basically counterculture, anti-culture, antisocial. And what we're going to do today is we're going to look at a newscast out of Texas. They've been doing this, and I've looked at several of their videos before in the past where they talk about Black fatigue. But really, let's just be honest. They're talking about culture fatigue, or a culture that is basically counterculture to society and a subculture that people have really had enough of. And I really think if we remove the Black from it and just say, hey, we're culturally fatigued with this, I think we would do much better. But let's bring this in. Hey, hold on there. Let's bring this in. All right. And let's check it out. Let's go. Let's go. All right. A lot of people wonder, like, Jason, why are you doing the review of that book? Well, because what this woman just said is not true. The term Black fatigue, and this woman, Mary Frances Winters, coined it, really. I mean, she's responsible for it. And she's talking about what that woman said is totally different. It's Black people fatigued with everybody else. What she's saying is everybody else fatigued with Black people. That's not the definition. That's the definition that this woman has in this book is totally different than what this woman just said here. So that's why I find it very beneficial to take the time to actually look at these things. That's why I'm doing the book review, because this is not the definition that she's using. And it's problematic because later on, they're going to have a dispute about it. And I think one of the guests is thinking more about this definition and not the one that she just used. Okay, let's go. That's the problem. It's not just skin color. It's a culture problem. It's a culture problem. I think we really need to, especially, and I say we, people who are tired, the highly melanated that would say they have Black fatigue. I think we would do ourselves a great service by really pushing back and saying, no, it's not Black fatigue. It's a particular culture within Black society or in the community or whatever you want to say. There's actually a culture that we're not a part of, and we're going to separate that from us and isolate that, wall that off, and y'all go over there and do that. We're not going to behave like that. That's what the problem is. If this young lady, if we go back to the beginning, if that young lady is not wearing bonnet, not wearing pajamas, not wearing slides, she's not going to get lumped in with the bonnets, pajamas, and slide mafia. That's just really clear. If she's not talking loud and ridiculous, and they are, I'm sorry, sure, they might share the same skin color. But just like if I see Jim Bob over here chewing a whole mouth of skull, chugging beer, and such like that, I'm not going to necessarily lump Tom over there in with that. I said, there's Jim Bob over there with the skulls and the chugging the beer, driving a 4x4 and such of that nature. But this guy's not the same. We can make different categories. We don't have to lump everybody together. There you go. But let's continue. Most people in the new parlance of that phrase are talking about. It's not just the first Angela is trying to make it something else that it isn't, and not even what the woman in the book talked about. The woman in the book is crazy too, but it is a behavior, it's attitude, it's activities, it's things that you do that people are tired of seeing. Let's go. Eugene, see, that's what I'm saying. Like, that kind of stuff is just reckless. And sure, you can make that argument, but why? That woman didn't say she wanted to use the N-word. He wanted to be like that whole Pierce Morgan thing. Really, I mean, him and his zesty self. He just wanted to be involved in it and try to antagonize the situation, but useless. And since we're talking about black people, you will never hear, this man is not going to answer her question. He's going to talk about white and Hispanic and other people. But she said, "Do you not see certain behaviors objectionable?" She didn't say that there weren't other people groups. She's just asking, "Do you see those behaviors?" Give them a chance, Jason. I'd rewound it.
Originally,
This woman gives a lot of bad information. I'm sorry. She didn't get $700,000 from a Christian organization, nor 300 from another. I'm sorry. It was through GoFundMe. Now, of course, there are large donors in there, but not one entity gave $700,000. She gives a lot of bad information. And notice, and oftentimes what people do is they remind us, they make a lot of hay about other communities. When we're talking about black people, why are you deflecting and talking about Asians and whites and others when we're talking about black people? And that's what the thing is, I think, for this woman on the far right and the man in the middle, they're not willing to just say, okay, let's talk about what black people do. Sure, other groups do it. That's not what we're going to lose any sleep over. We're going to talk about what black people do. But let's finish this up. All right. So that was I think it's interesting. I think we should continue to have this conversation because I do think it helps us in having that conversation and talk about what is it that we don't like about black culture. And there's certain things that we don't like. And I think, and I've brought this up before and I've asked people, what is black culture? A lot of times people will talk about what we see as in the hood, what we see in the ghettos, but not necessarily the two-parent homes, the strong ethics, anything of that nature. We don't see that. So my point is, a lot of the time, black culture has been co-opted by what's in the hood. And I think if we start separating ourselves from that, we'll see a rise of the excellence that can be in the black culture. So let me know what you think about it down in the comments below. Are you reading this book, by the way? Let me know if you read it or if you have any opinions on it. Definitely, I'll leave the link to my video, my playlist about this topic in the down in the description or pinned comments. So thank you so much. I appreciate you. Until next time, everybody. Grace and peace.